In 1914, a celebrated opera singer poses as Mignonne, her gaze carrying both strength and vulnerability. The photograph captures theatrical elegance before World War I reshaped Europe, immortalizing an era when performance transported audiences into worlds of music, emotion, and storytelling. In 1920, a pair of boots tells a story of movement, travel, and perhaps mystery. Worn yet proud, they symbolize journeys taken in the aftermath of war, the quiet resilience of ordinary life, and how small details can capture the human experience in ways words often cannot. In 1915, the artist Egon Schiele is captured with a cigarette in hand, intensity in his eyes. This double portrait reflects a modernist era obsessed with expression, self-exploration, and rebellion against tradition. Every line and shadow echoes the turbulence and creativity of early 20th century Vienna. In 1925, three models pose nude, adorned with carefully chosen accessories, balancing art and allure. The photograph navigates between modernism and classical composition, capturing an era in which artists explored form, identity, and aesthetic daring against societal boundaries. Between 1917 and 1919, a dancer strikes a poised, ethereal stance. The image freezes the discipline, grace, and passion of performance during a turbulent post-war period. Each gesture reflects both artistic innovation and the human desire to reclaim beauty amid global upheaval. In 1905, a classical costume scene transports viewers to a mythic past. The careful composition and stylized poses embody the ideals of Italian pictorialism, where photography was elevated to fine art, bridging reality and imagination in an era hungry for beauty and refinement. In 1930, young dancers from Hilde Hager's school rehearse, each movement disciplined yet full of joy. Captured at the cusp of modern dance evolution, this image immortalizes youthful ambition, the pursuit of perfection, and the transformative power of art in pre-war Europe. In 1929, an artist captures her own gaze, challenging identity and convention. This self-portrait blurs lines between subject and creator, reflecting surrealist experimentation, the questioning of gender roles, and the intimate dialogue between the self and the camera during interwar Paris. In 1949, New York's subway entrance becomes a stage for urban life, commuters moving like currents in a river. The photograph freezes a moment in post-war America, where city life pulses with energy, opportunity, and the quiet poetry of everyday existence beneath towering steel and stone. In 1930, two women pose in Man Ray's studio, one partially hidden, merging identity and surrealist abstraction. The photograph captures a playful and provocative experimentation with form and perception, emblematic of an era when art sought to disrupt reality and reveal hidden truths. In 1921, the Moulin Rouge glows with energy, embodying Parisian nightlife and the exuberance of the post-war era. Performers and patrons alike merge into a tableau of music, dance, and spectacle, capturing the city's enduring appetite for freedom, celebration, and artistic excess. In 1934, summer students rehearse on the beach, the waves echoing their youthful laughter and discipline. The image highlights early 20th century dance pedagogy, where nature and movement intertwined, preserving moments of joy, effort, and growth in the pursuit of performance excellence. In 1932, horror icons come to life as Boris Karloff and Zita Johann embody terror on screen. Their expressions and posture freeze cinematic history, marking a time when film shaped imagination, fear, and fascination, and introduced audiences to legends whose shadows endure in popular culture. In 1915, a timeless composition captures subtle emotion, a quiet reflection frozen in light and shadow. Though untitled, the photograph resonates with the era's search for intimacy, artistry, and human connection amid the chaos of the First World War, revealing beauty in stillness. In 1909, a young girl on the beach observes crabs, curiosity alive in her eyes. The photograph captures innocence and wonder at the edge of the natural world, a quiet moment before modern life encroached, reminding viewers that childhood and nature were once inseparable companions. In 1930, a dancer strikes a poised, powerful stance, highlighting the fusion of strength and grace. The photograph reflects early modernist dance, where performance became art, movement became expression, and bodies were transformed into living sculptures, embodying both freedom and discipline. In 1913, Venice glows under late afternoon light, canals and architecture reflecting timeless beauty. This photograph captures the serene elegance of a city, untouched by modern chaos, preserving the poetic stillness of daily life and the enduring charm of historic landscapes. In 1931, an American film star poses, her expression mixing glamour and vulnerability. This photograph preserves the allure of early Hollywood, where studio portraits captured personality, charisma, and the promise of cinematic stardom during an era hungry for escapism and fascination. In 1949, a chorus girl rests her legs after a grueling performance, a candid glimpse behind stage glamour. The photograph highlights dedication, fatigue, and the human side of entertainment, where grace on stage is balanced by the quiet, unglamorous moments of recovery. In 1929, a celebrated dancer and actress poses, radiating elegance and poise. The photograph immortalizes both talent and personality, capturing the interwar period's fascination with performance, style, and the creation of enduring cultural icons in the arts. In 1934, an actress stares confidently into the camera, her expression a mix of determination and allure. This portrait captures the emergence of strong, independent women in cinema, reflecting an era when Hollywood was shaping identity, ambition, and public fascination. In the ocean, a tandem surf session captures balance, trust, and skill. The photograph immortalizes the timeless thrill of human interaction with nature, the synchronization of movement, and the joy found in daring pursuits amid waves and sunlight. In 1924, a legendary Hollywood actress stands poised, her gaze reflecting both innocence and ambition. The photograph preserves the glamour and promise of early cinema, capturing a fleeting moment of history in which screen legends were still being forged. In 1932, an actress holds her cat, a quiet pause amidst the glamour of Hollywood. This photograph humanizes stardom, capturing tenderness and companionship alongside performance, reminding viewers that behind fame lay ordinary, intimate moments. In 1933, a performer poses mid-dance, energy and emotion captured in motion. The photograph reflects innovation in performance arts, where training, creativity, and stagecraft combined to define modern dance in a rapidly changing cultural landscape. In the late 1930s, a tattoo parlor reveals an intimate subculture, blending artistry and rebellion. The image captures the hidden side of American life, documenting practices that challenged mainstream norms while reflecting personal expression and evolving social identities. On November 30th, 1930, a crowd gathers to witness the Graf Zeppelin's arrival in Chemnitz, Germany. Awe and curiosity mark the faces of onlookers as technology and adventure converge, revealing the era's fascination with flight, progress, and the promise of a rapidly shrinking world. In 1952, Edith Piaf stands in New York, her presence magnetic and vulnerable. The photograph captures a moment of international admiration for the Little Sparrow, reflecting both post-war cultural exchange and the timeless power of music to transcend borders and hearts. In 1903, a classical scene unfolds, a young figure crowned with flowers. The photograph embodies early pictorialist ideals, blending mythology, innocence, and artistry, preserving a world that cherished symbolism and beauty in every carefully composed detail. In 1920, an artist arranges puppets, blurring the line between creation and play. The image reflects Dadaist experimentation, surrealist whimsy, and the era's fascination with reshaping everyday objects into instruments of imagination and social commentary. In 1922, a British stage actress poses with refined poise, her expression balancing confidence and elegance. This photograph preserves theatrical history, capturing personality, style, and the burgeoning power of female presence on stage during the early 20th century. In 1940, Montmartre vibrates with quiet resilience under occupation. Streets and figures evoke artistic life persisting amid tension, reminding viewers that culture and creativity endured even when political shadows loomed over Paris. In 1946, an artist sits in his Paris studio, surrounded by color and canvas. The photograph reveals intimate creativity, a city recovering from war, and the persistence of imagination as both personal refuge and cultural rebuilding during the post-war years. In 1931, a German actress embodies her stage role with dramatic flair. The photograph captures performance, costume, and storytelling, preserving the theatrical traditions that allowed audiences to explore emotion and identity within carefully constructed worlds. In 1933, a group of performers embodies the exuberance of musical entertainment during the Depression. The photograph captures spectacle, style, and optimism, reflecting how arts provided escapism and joy when much of society faced hardship and uncertainty. In January 1925, two sisters consumed 204 oysters at a single sitting, a spectacle of indulgence and determination. The photograph captures both whimsy and daring, reflecting social fascination with extremes and the playful human desire to astonish and entertain. In the 1920s, dancers rehearse under the guidance of Margaret Morris, their movements disciplined yet expressive. The photograph captures the fusion of technique and artistry, preserving early modernist approaches to choreography and the pursuit of embodied elegance. In 1950, a portrait freezes a moment in post-war life, reflecting fashion, poise, and personality. The image captures subtle nuances of expression, offering viewers insight into a society balancing tradition and modernity in the wake of global conflict. In 1933, a young woman poses gracefully, her presence exuding confidence and elegance. The photograph immortalizes both personal beauty and the social aesthetics of the era, preserving the cultural values and style that shaped interwar Europe.